go. Okay, we are doing notes today for 6.12, law of cosines. There's 4 days of this. This is day 1. It's not all law of cosines, but 4 days of this kind of stuff. So vocab word to start, oblique triangles are triangles with no right angles. So we can use SOHCAHTOA when we're solving right triangles, but we can't use SOHCAHTOA when it's not a right triangle. So here are the formulas. To find a side, remember lowercase letters are sides and uppercase letters are angles. Now, I did all 3 formulas for the sides. Notice that if this is the side I'm looking for, this is the angle. And then these are the other 2 sides. And that same formula there. And then over here on angle, so here's my angle, here's the side that matches it, and then you subtract and divide by the 2 other sides. So, given that A is 5, B is 8, and C is 7, find the measures of all 3 angles. So I'm doing this angle formula up here. So let's start with the A one right there. So A equals cosine inverse, and I do A squared, so 5 squared. Whoa, why did that look super weird? 5 squared minus 8 squared minus 7 squared divided by -2 times 8 times 7. Now, for this one, plugging this into your calculator, you either have to be really careful with your parentheses. You're going to need some extra parentheses right here and right here, or plug it in, do the top part first, and then the bottom. So if I'm going to do the top part. So 5 squared minus 7 squared minus 8 squared is -88. -2 times 8 times 7, -112. Now I can plug this in. Cosine inverse gives me 38.2 degrees. You should make sure your calculator is in degrees, by the way. So there's angle A. Now for angle B, you're doing the same formula, except this is going to be B. B and A are basically going to switch spots. So it's going to be B squared, so 8 squared minus 5 squared minus 7 squared over -2 times 5 times 7. Again, either be really careful with your parentheses or plug it in a little bit separately, which I like to do. Cosine inverse 81.8. Now, I don't have to do this a third time because I know that all 3 angles of a triangle add to be 180. So if I subtract, 180 minus 38.2 minus 81.8 gives me 60 degrees, and that'll be angle C. Okay, given a triangle with C, I'm going to draw this one. So A, B, C. C is 111, obviously not drawn to scale. Side A is 27, side B is 18. Now when I have angle C. So I have angle C and I have side A and B. So this formula helps me find side C. So that's the formula I'm going to do. So C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2 times A times B cosine C. Now, that formula is a lot to write down. The best thing about this formula, though, is that you can plug it in at your calculator all at once. Literally just type that whole thing in, and I get 1401.33. So I just have to take the square root, and I get 37.43 for side C. Now for angles then, now let's do angle B. So I have to do that cosine inverse formula. So I do side B minus A minus C. Oops, so gotta make this longer. And -2 times 27 times 37.43. I didn't read this at the beginning, but it said find the missing measures, so all of them. So I got side C, now I'm going angle B. So I'm gonna plug in my calculator. Oof, oops, that's not the pen. Negative 1806 and I almost that exactly. Negative 2021.22. So now, when I plug that in, I get 26.7 degrees. That was angle B. Oops, and I wrote the wrong number. Now, I don't have to do angle, the whole formula again for angle A, because I know that all three angles of a triangle equal 180. So 180 minus 111 minus 26.7 gives me, that's not my pen, 42.3 degrees. There you go. So I've shown you the side formula. I've shown you the angle formula. And you did do this last year in Algebra 2, so hopefully it's not completely new, just kind of reminding ourselves.